So finally, if you see here in the previous video that we have discussed all these things, so I will remove. I hope you understood what is meant by array, basic array. So I will remove this also. So I hope you understood what is meant by array, how to create an array, how to find the length of the array. So these are all things we have seen in the previous video. An array is a zero indexing that you already know. Now today in this video we are going to see the multi-dimensional array and some methods of a normal array. Suppose if you want to see the two-dimensional array, I will also show now. So two-dimensional. So basically you can also have three-dimensional, multi-dimensional as well. That is your wish. So for the simplicity, I will show two-dimension. It will have both row, width and height. So I will declare a two-dimensional array. So this is the syntax that you are going to have two brackets. After that you need to mention the array name and the how you declare a single dimensional array. So the same way you need to declare the two dimensional array, but here you can get another these square brackets. So after declaring that you need to assign so array, so new array, you are going to say 2 rows and second will be 3 columns. So this is the fashion. So this is the way how you declare and variable two dimensional array. So the next thing that you are going to see is declaring in the same row. So that is the same thing that we have seen with normal arrays only. So mention the name array1 I will mention because array already we have used here. Int, so size 2 and here size 3. So this is the another type of mentioning the array. Control Z. So this is another type of mentioning the array. So the next thing that you are going to see is how you declare an array right over here in the single line. Values also I am saying. So you can simply say array. So it's multi-dimensional as we know. So you can mention the array. So now without mentioning any new keyword, you can open the braces. In the single dimensional array, you will mention all the values in a single line. But in the multi-dimensional, you need to have two multi-dimensional arrays like this. So this is meant by 2 rows. So 2 rows and 3 columns. So 3 columns means 3 columns, 3 values in each one. So basically provide 3 values here, 3 values here, and finally put the semicolon over here. So this is the way that you declare the multi-dimensional array. So this is another way that you declare, and finally you can also declare in a 2 lines. So these are the 3 ways that how you can declare a multi-dimensional array. I hope you understood this one. So yeah, that's simply how we have seen in the previous video, taking the input from the user, that all things we can see. But now the important thing is how you print the multi-dimensional array in the console. So for that, how you print a single dimensional array, the same format. So taking and int I initializing with 0. So not array 3, we are only working with one array. So mention array dot length. So mention the array dot length, and you should mention up to what is the operation on that array. So yeah, for this single array this works. If you mention s out here, it works. But now we are having two dimensional array. So for that also you need to have another array inside. So take int j, another variable, initialize with 0. And now here comes important part of I dot length we forgot it in the previous one. So you can mention array of I dot length, because I means what? We have this I means this one 2. So we have 2 square brackets, this angular bracket. So it is saying 2 means array of I means here array of I means 2. So 2 dot length. So each one have 3 here. So it will go all the way up to here. So now we are printing array of I and j. So let's see what happens here. Boom, that's it. We are going up to all the way. We are printing all the elements of this multi-dimensional array with the help of the 2 variables I and j. But be careful, the condition for the second inner for loop, this is nested. This is known as nested for loop. So this is the array of I dot length. So this is very important. So I hope you understood how to print the multi-dimensional array in the terminal. So similarly, if you want a 3-dimensional array, you can mention the 3 dimension here. And what you can do is you can mention another. So for that you need to place in an object. So that is why it is showing some error. So basically you have 3 rows. So this is first one, this is second one, and this is third one. 3 rows and 3 columns means 1, 2, 3. Each row has its own column, 1, 2, 3, like that. Basically you can imagine like it is a matrix. So you can print like another here. And just I'm saying, for example, you can have multi-dimensional, you can have 4-dimensional also, but 2-dimensional is enough for learning purpose. The next thing that we are going to learn is some of the methods that we want to learn in the arrays. Suppose I declared an array. So I declared an array. Suppose I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just mentioning some random numbers in the array. So after this mentioning random numbers, you need to import a package called arrays. That is very important because this is an object. So basically here you are creating an object because you are creating all the way like this. So this is the direct statement that you are writing, but indirectly I have showed another way of declaring as well. So this is the another way we are seen up to now. So how you will, if you want to declare an array, how you will declare now? You will mention a new keyword. So here you will mention the size as well. So this is the actual definition of an array. You are mentioning here new keyword. So new keyword means this is an object. I hope you understood. So basically array is an object. So for object there is no methods. So if you want to perform any methods on this array, you need to have a class. So for that you need to import some class. So that is known as arrays, the class name is. So that will be available in java.utils. You can come down. So in the utils we have something called arrays. So we have array list, arrays we have. So we can just simply use this arrays. So come down. So without using, if you import, it will be directly going to vanish. So you need to use first that. In this out I will mention array. So it will be going to show you all the packages. So you can check. So this is the arrays java.util. You can click on that. It will be directly importing. If you try to import by yourself, it is directly vanishing in my laptop because you are not using that before. So keep dot over here and you can say toString and say toString. Inside this toString you need to pass our array. So basically what this will do is it will be going to convert to array and it will be going to print in the terminal. So you can get a doubt why we are converting to array why we are using the array class. If you hover, you can get all the information about this class, that is java.util array class. So public final class array, okay, you can see that. So now we are passing array. It's also okay, this is for printing in the terminal. So why to pass this toString? So now what we are seeing methods, some methods. You can say why we are passing toString, because basically this arrays is a class. So you can see in this class without conversion to string, it will be not going to it will convert to hash and it will not print correctly. So if you try to run that, so you can see clearly it is printing all the elements in the console. So what if you directly want to print the array? Let's see that also what happens. Boom, you can see it is not printing all the values. It is saying something else because it is converting into hash code, this hexadecimal form. So I at the rate, and this is known as hash code. So why this is converting? If you want to know all the stuff, you need to understand the arrays in detail. So this arrays you need to understand in detail. If you want to understand, you need to go inside the arrays. So inside this arrays, if you check, so array string, those are they are converting. So that is the main reason that we are converting to string. So otherwise it will be going to return like this kind of thing. So like this kind of thing, if I convert to string, it will be going to print all the elements in the console. You can see like this. So we have understood what is this toString. Now again this is the first function. So I will comment out this. So I hope you understood what is meant by toString. Now I will show what is show what is sorting. So basically if you want to print all the things in the ascending order, how you can do that? So basically it will show the import, so you can simply import that. So whenever I remove this statement, it is going automatically removing the things that I have not used. So ignore that. So if you want to sort the elements, how you can sort? So simply mention arrays. So you can mention toString and finally you can pass the array. So but before doing that, you need to sort that. So finally say arrays dot sort. So inside that you will be going to pass this array and finally place the semicolon. So this is the syntax that you are going to follow before printing the statement. It will print all these array elements will be sorted and you are finally printing the array. So it will make changes in the original array. In this original array, it will make some changes, sorting. So if you see, it is sorting all the elements in ascending order. I hope you understood how to sort an array. So I hope you understood sorting an array, how to convert to string, and finally now I want to show, so to compare two strings. So if I have this is second array, I will say this is array 1 and I will say this is array 2. How you can compare these two arrays? So basically for that also we have another method. So simply you want to print that. So first of all, it already gone the import. So again re-import that. So it is imported, no worries now. Now we want to check. So for that we need not to convert toString. For that we need to pass equal. equals, and in that we need to pass both arrays, array 1 and array 2. So this is the syntax. Basically it will check both the methods and it will return true or false if both the arrays are correct. True, correct means same. So basically you can see it is returning true, that means these both arrays are same. So like that you can use this equals to method. So I hope you understood this equals to method. So finally now I want to show you the method name is fill. So how you can use this method, basically you have an int array, so you can have array. So you are going to say array and you are going to import from the utils arrays. So you can say dot fill. So inside that pass the array and you are going to say what value you are going to fill all the array elements. So I'm going to fill with all the elements with 7. So if you print that, you can understand that. So you can, if you print like this, now you can see what happens. Boom. So you can see that all it is converted to string and it is printing all the values initialized with 7. Basically we are not initialized in this statement, we are initialized, means you are basically filling all the elements with 7 here in this line with the help of this line. So what methods we have seen up to now? So in the methods we have seen, I will write a multi-dimensional array. We have seen toString is equals and sort and finally fill. So these are all the methods that we have seen in this video. I hope you understood this video. Thanks for watching up to now.